Cameron, and I'm the founder of Tenaz. This video is by far the most exciting video that I've made so far. In this video, I'm going to answer a lot of the questions that were commented on a post from a few days ago on the official Tenaz X account, where I'm reaching out to the community. I want to hear your questions because ultimately, I want the community to have the best understanding of the project as possible. So there are a lot of comments, there are a lot of questions, so I may not be able to make it to all of them, but I'll do my best. And regardless, this will definitely not be the last time I do this. So first off, I'm going to start off with a very common question, and that is regarding KYC. Will we have KYC in the future? The answer is yes. And that's not just because we choose to, but it's actually going to be a requirement. Every country is different. Governments have different rules. So in order to stay compliant with government regulations, we must complete a KYC. If you want us to launch and be able to have Tenaz tradable in your country as well as every other country in the world, we must follow your country's as well as every other country in the world's regulations. Now, the strategy we'll take to approach this is we will find the country with the strictest KYC requirements when it comes to a project like this. We will then develop a KYC program based off of these requirements, and then we can cross-reference this program with the rest of the countries in the world just to make sure we are not missing anything. Now, our goal with this will also be to have this process as streamlined as possible, and I cannot stress that enough. Now, while we're on the topic of KYC, I also want to answer another question and highlight an issue that some people have had with their accounts. So when it comes to date of birth or email or any of your personal information, we understand that right now, the first versions of the app, we didn't make it easily changeable, but we will, okay? So don't stress about that. In the future, before KYC, we will make that changeable. We believe you should get the opportunity to make sure, double check all your information is correct before starting the KYC process. So on to the next topic anyway. Another thing that comes up a lot is questions regarding the blockchain. So does Tenaz have its own blockchain, or what blockchain are we building on? No, we don't have our own blockchain, and we do not plan to build that anytime soon. We are developing on the Stellar Lumens blockchain. They have everything we could possibly need as a company. So while we're on the blockchain topic as well, I see a lot of the question, what are we mining? Are we mining tokens? Are we mining points? Or what is it? So you are mining a balance of tokens. They are not currently tradable on the blockchain, nor will they be in the near future, but we are developing a self-migration process where it'll be basically as easy as a withdraw function, which will then be written in the smart contract. That's what will register that amount of tokens onto the Stellar Lumens blockchain. I don't like the idea of a massive one and done migration process. In my opinion, that's been a massive failure with other projects. We want it to be very fluid, and we want you to be able to withdraw your tokens at any time when that time comes. So now, while we're on a bit of a tokenomics topic, let's talk about circulating supply. I have a lot of questions about the total supply, a lot of concern about people thinking it's too much. Now, I want you to think global, okay? And I want you to think further than just scarcity for value. Now, I'm not saying we won't do any token burns or anything like that in the future. I'm definitely open to the idea if a strategic opportunity arises, but I chose 100 billion coins because on a global scale, to facilitate payments, there needs to be liquidity. I mean, if there's only 100 million tokens, trying to facilitate millions of transactions every single day, it's not going to work. Now, I understand value comes from demand, and demand comes from scarcity, but also scarcity comes from utility. And that's going to be the difference with Tenaz, is we plan to create demand through utility. So I wouldn't get hung up on the total supply of the coin. A great example is Pi Network. They have similar tokenomics when it comes to total supply, and they hit almost $3 at launch with zero utility. So that's why I've said it many times in the past, and I'll just keep saying it. It is extremely important to have multiple utilities in place before launching the coin, or else the chart will just be a downward spiral. It is our mission to have Tenaz incentivized to such a degree that people are not only holding the token and buying the token, but they are converting their other cryptocurrencies into Tenaz because it will actually be usable in their everyday lives. So now to touch more on utilities and the questions about the industries that utilities are going to be in and what utilities we're building. So we are a fintech company, so we are developing financial products and ultimately link cryptocurrency into our daily lives and our daily spending habits. So of course those products are not linked to any specific industry. They are usable by everybody, but we have had some talks about pushing our way into specifics, and we have taken interest in the gaming industry. We recognize a very large gap when it comes to earnings, and it has a lack of circular nature to it, and we really think we can incentivize participation in the industry. So anyways guys, that's going to be it for this video. But like I said in the beginning, this will not be the last Q&A videos. I will do this many more times because I want to be transparent as possible, and I want you to have a great understanding of the project. We're in this together, so thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of the Tenaz community. Together, we are changing the world.